And you are welcome. What's a Monday without a dose of sports? So let's do sports now like we couldn't from before. But let's start from, Argentine superstar Lionel Messi. Well, he has been unveiled by MLS side Inter Miami. Now, the seven-time Ballon d'Or winner left French champions Paris Saint-Germain at the end of 2022-23 season. Messi will be available to play for Miami against Cruz Azul on the 21st of July in their opening match of League's Cup. Now, the Argentine scored 32 goals in 75 games for PSG and ended last season with 16 goals and 16 assists in Ligue 1. Messi joins Inter Miami on a deal that runs till 2025, is what we hear. David Beckham there, co-owner of Inter Miami, had to school Mary on that one just here. Now let's move on now. Former Chelsea striker Alvaro Morata has agreed to join Roma, but several other Serie A clubs remain interested in him. Despite coming under criticism during his 2 years in the Premier League, Morata has resorted his reputation as a solid centre forward in recent years. He scored 16 goals across all competitions for Atletico Madrid last season, his first full year of football for the club since signing in 2020 following 2 seasons on loan at Juventus. Now, Manchester City winger Riyad Mahrez has agreed personal terms with Saudi Arabian club Al Ahly. The 32-year-old winger, who won a historic treble with City last month, has 2 years remaining on his current contract at the Etihad. His 5-year stay with City looks set to come to an end after becoming the latest big name to agree to join Al Ahly. And talks are underway between Manchester United and Inter Milan surrounding Andrea Onana. They're close to conclusion, they say. Onana made 41 appearances in all competitions during his solitary season at the San Siro as Simone Inzaghi's side captured the Coppa Italia and Supercoppa Italiana while reaching the final of the Champions League. The move comes after David De Gea departed United after 12 seasons as the #1 at Old Trafford earlier this month on the expiration of his contract. Now, I'm going to be calling on my partner here, Mary, on this one. Let's talk Manchester United defender Harry Maguire. It says he has been stripped of the Manchester United captaincy by manager Erik ten Hag. Now, Maguire was appointed skipper by Ten Hag's predecessor Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in January 2020, 5 months after signing for £80 million from Leicester City. The England centre-back says he is extremely disappointed but will continue to give his all in the shirt. The 30-year-old made 8 stars in the Premier League last season and is linked with a move to West Ham. Mary, wanted to ask you what you thought about this one. Do you think that it was fair that he was stripped of his captaincy, or maybe it was about time already?
Anybody to take back the money Arsenal paid West Ham is fine by me. But that's on the lighter note. Seriously, with all of the moves, I find it very interesting. I think the biggest for over the weekend was Messi's move, which surprisingly wasn't as big as many expected it to be. Like, there was so much going on in the world of sports, of course. But people expected more talk about the Messi move. But hey, it's there now. Looks good on the pitch as well. Fingers crossed that it'll make as much money as they expect. Merchandise is already selling.
Yeah, well, big question. Where else could he have gone? But there is the question everybody.
Well, he could have gone to Saudi Arabia. In fact, many people thought he would end up in Saudi Arabia, like many big players these days.
But I tell you something.
For example, Mahrez is also heading there.
Saudi Arabia seems to be the elephant graveyard right now. Everybody who's big at a time is ending up in Saudi Arabia. Good for Saudi Arabia, but after Saudi Arabia, where else? So you have to think that that is kind of like the zenith of their abilities.
Mazino, have you heard of Arab money?
I know, right?
Like, who is going to pay that much for that talent?
I agree with you.
Nobody. I was actually surprised to see Messi in Inter Miami, heading to Inter Miami. But it's all good. It's still number 10, and of course, it's going to be making big waves.
Well, hey, if you want to call Arab money retirement money, please sign me up anytime. That's all we have for sports today. Thank you very much, Mary, for jumping in at the end there.